The next question says, one method for studying opportunity costs is to think in terms of which of the following. It says A, trade-offs, B, pros and cons, C, trial and error, and D, cause and effect. And so when we think of opportunity costs, we define it as, what are you when you make a decision, what are you giving up, and what is the next best thing that you could have done? And so that is going to be very, very similar to trade-offs, which is, again, if we think about the 10 fundamental principles of economics, this is one of them. Everybody faces trade-offs and resources are scarce. And so this is going to be especially the case when we think about microeconomics. And again, opportunity cost is very similar to the idea that every decision you make has a trade-off, and therefore it is not just the money that you spend on making a decision, but also the opportunity that you give up in order to pursue a different decision. So we're going to be looking at trade-offs very closely. B says pros and cons, and so this is more like a decision-making mechanism, but is not really tied to the idea of opportunity cost. C says trial and error, and that's more of a scientific concept than an economic one. And D is also cause and effect, and that's a scientific concept, not really an economic one. And so we're going to probably say A is right, that one method for studying opportunity cost is to think in terms of trade-offs. So let's take a look at the prior answer choices. The answer chosen by the previous tutor. And they also said trade-offs, and they said scarcity is a fundamental problem in economics. Since every resource is scarce, we face trade-offs while we have to go in favor of a particular economic decision or action that yields the greatest utility or benefit to us, forgoing all the other options. The value is the next best alternative, and that key phrase, next best alternative, is really the definition of opportunity cost. And that becomes the opportunity cost of the action. Looking at the trade-offs and determining the sacrifices made in the trade-off is the best method to study opportunity costs. And so that is a correct answer. And there's no real issues with that, so that's very clear. Great answer, very concise. And we can move on to the next question.